Welcome to Titan Talk, the official podcast of Blessed Trinity Catholic High School. Each episode, we'll take you inside the Titan experience through conversations with the people who know BT best, our students, faculty, coaches, alumni, and campus leaders.
We'll explore the programs, traditions, and opportunities that make Blessed Trinity such a special place, from academics and athletics to arts, faith formation, student life, and beyond.
Whether you're a prospective family exploring your high school options, a current member of the Titan community, or simply curious about what makes BT unique, we invite you to listen, learn, and discover why so many families can truly see themselves here. This is Titan Talk. Welcome home. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Titan Talk. Today we're sitting here with our fearless leader, Principal Cathy Lancaster. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We are so excited to get a chance to chat with you about all things Blessed Trinity. So thanks so much for your time. We know you're so busy.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. I love all things BT.
Yes, we're excited to chat. So first, let's kind of tell our audience a little bit about how you got started in education, but more than anything, how did you come to BT? What brought you here?
Okay, well, just quick story. I definitely didn't have a clear vision when I graduated from high school. And I was working, and my mother called me one day. And she said, "Cathy, I've got the job for you." And she worked at a middle school. So I went to work at that middle school, and from the moment I stepped in the door, I loved it. And I wanted to become a teacher and a coach. And with the encouragement of the teachers at that school and the principal, I went to college. It was hard because I had 3 little girls. I was working 3 jobs.
Wow.
But I graduated 18 years later after high school with honors.
Wow.
And so I taught for 25 years in public school.
Okay.
Taught AP US history, and I coached multiple sports. And then I converted to Catholicism in 2012. And I just felt this calling to work at a Catholic school. And so I came to work at BT in 2014, and from the moment I walked in the door, I knew I was at a place where, I love education, but now it's going to be education with a faith component.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome in so many ways, because you had someone who believed in you and kind of mentored you into this whole career path that you had never considered, that's absolutely incredible.
Well, so many people made such a difference in my life, those teachers and the principal. And then there's, I am certainly not a theologian, and if I get this wrong, I know the theology teachers are going to make me stay after school. But I've really reflected a lot as I've grown older. I love the passage in Jeremiah, the Lord knows the plans He's made for you.
Yes.
And so I felt like those were the plans.
Yeah, that was
they
the
weren't
plan
my
the whole
plans.
time.
Principal or teacher was not my original
plans. Yeah, but you were a
plans.
find-a-way, make-a-way woman. You were committed, determined, strong work ethic. That is definitely a lot to balance while going through school and then working with 3 young girls. So that speaks a lot to who you are as a principal also.
Well, thank you.
You're here all the time. Your work ethic is, impressive. I don't know where you find the energy to be here during a work day, and then you're at all the events after school, and it's so great to always see you on the sidelines, and the students know you and love you so much, and so that's a really special connection I think that you have here.
Well, I love watching the kids. It's not just about what they do in the classroom, but the whole BT experience, on the fields, on the stage, when they go on a Kairos retreat. The people here matter most.
That is awesome, and it's so evident in everything that you do, and it's not a lot of times where you see that students genuinely like their principal. That's not a normal experience, I think, right, for a lot of students, but I think that's something that's really special and unique here at BT. At least I can speak for my own daughter, who's an alumni, and loved her principal.
I love your daughter. I love teasing her because her name's Madison. I always called her Jefferson.
Yes, and so that's awesome. Just that relationship that you build with the students here, and how you get to know them all by name somehow. How do you get to know over 800 students by name? It's impressive.
Well, that is hard, I will admit. But if you get in their classrooms enough, you start to learn their names. I look on the website. It's easier when you're a teacher.
Right.
Because, you're calling on them every day.
Yeah.
And, That's one of the most difficult things about being a principal. When I was an assistant principal, it seemed like I knew all of their names pretty quickly, but it's much harder as a principal because, they're not coming in out of my office for schedule changes. They do that with the assistant principals.
That's a good point.
So I have to make it my business. Like last night I was at the volleyball game. I wasn't sure, and I looked up at the scoreboard and I thought, oh, that's Abby.
That's awesome. And then you were at the football game right after, so you're here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, the football game was fun.
It sure was.
When MJ went for that touchdown, I don't know, probably 75 yards, I just kind of laughed to myself, and I told him later, because when I see him in the hall, he's walking so slowly. Yeah. I'll say, hey, MJ, what's up? And I'm thinking he shuffles. Last night, he was like a speed demon.
He knows when he needs to, turn it on and put on those running shoes. So that's so awesome. So being a principal versus being a teacher, did you ever know that you wanted to be a principal when you were in the classroom and kind of take that next step in leadership?
It's interesting. That's a great question. I had some folks that said, oh, you ought to go and get your master's and get your leadership degree. And I did that because I love education. But I think it took me a few years because I love the classroom. And the first few times I applied for an assistant principal's position, I didn't get it. And so finally I asked the principal, he told me, he said, Cathy, do you know why I didn't give you the job? I said, no, I really don't. And he said, I didn't think you wanted it. During the whole interview, you talked about the classroom.
Aww.
And so, but once I went into that, I've loved it. I will say that probably the most rewarding part of my career was in the classroom.
Okay.
But I love people. And so when you're a principal, I love the staff, I love the students, I love the community. And so you have an opportunity to, have a little influence on that. And that's probably one of the things that I enjoy most.
Oh, that's so awesome. And it's definitely evident here at BT. I love when we give a tour, and at the very end of a tour, the family says, I can just feel the sense of community here. I feel the heart for BT. And I always just kind of take a breath and I'm like, oh, that's so great, because I can't show you that. It's not tangible, but it's here and it's authentic and it's real. So when people see that for themselves, and it all starts from the top down, right? And so we appreciate your leadership and your heart for this community.
Well, thank you. The BT experience, you want every child to feel valued, loved, challenged, every student in the building. And BT's not a school you just attend. It's a community you become a part of.
Absolutely.
And then, before you know it, it becomes a part of you.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And that's awesome that you feel that way, because I know I feel that way. And so, it goes back to that authenticity, and it's real. And so when people can see that, you're doing the right thing, because it's not tangible. It can't be shown. Like I can show you a gym or the theater or the football field. So again,
it's just a real sense of family here. Everyone loves each other and it comes about when, there's a need. I mean, I've just never seen a school or staff or students come together. They pray for one another. They celebrate successes. It's just has a real family feel to it. Like you said, it's not tangible.
Nope.
But it is there.
Yeah.
It's the heartbeat of the school.
It is. It absolutely is. Thank you so much for just kind of building that culture here at BT for all of us to be a part of. So you've been here for a while now.
I have.
So what has been one of your favorite memories here? Or maybe a couple, if there's hard to choose one.
It really is hard to choose one because I have so many memories. One that stands out, I think, for me, I think it was either a year ago or 2 years ago, we had a senior who came into the church, the Catholic Church, at St. Peter's Chanel in front of the entire student body. And it was just very touching. And I think it touched our kids. That's one of my favorite memories.
Yeah.
I have so many.
It was such a testament to his experience here and the family as well.
It really was.
Yeah.
And I'll remember it like it was
yesterday.
So it was faith in action.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I could write a book on favorite memories
Oh,
here.
that's awesome. What has been maybe something challenging or something that people don't realize about your role as a principal?
Oh, wow. Role as a principal. You wear a lot of hats.
Yeah.
You know, I can be talking curriculum for 30 minutes and then I get a phone call from a parent, or then there's a teacher issue, or then, you know, the budget. You know, it's like, you know, I didn't go to school to be in finance.
You're pulled in so many different directions.
But then what brings it all back, you know, then you get in the cafeteria and you have a couple of conversations with the kids. And so it's just a great job. No 2 days are the same.
True.
Ever. And so that's one of the things that I think makes the job special.
Right? It keeps you getting up in the morning knowing that it's not the monotony of every day.
No,
every day is
it's
different.
not.
I love it. And so once our students graduate from here, what do you hope that they take with them from their experience here?
Well, when they graduate from here, I want them to have I want them to know who they've become here. You know, I want them to be people that serve. I want them to be confident, but I also want them to have a humility and to always remember who they became at Blessed Trinity, because it's more than education. I want them to know that they're part of something bigger than themselves.
That is awesome. That's awesome. And it is so great to see them come in as timid freshmen and then see them cross the stage at graduation as confident young adults ready for the next phase, and knowing that they had such a solid foundation here and such a support system while they were here.
And it happens so fast.
It sure does. Don't blink because it's over.
It does.
So definitely, maximize your time here.
Right. I was talking to an alumni yesterday that stopped by, and I said, "Oh, you must be a sophomore now." She's at Notre Dame, and she said, "No, Miss Lancaster, I'm a senior."
Gosh.
I thought, wow, college goes by fast too.
It sure does. We do get a lot of alumni that come back, and I think that's awesome. And, I think that's also a testament to their experience here and their time. They love coming back to visit teachers. They always want to stop at Miss Lancaster's office. So what do you love most about engaging with them post-graduation?
I like to see what they're doing. You know, the one I was talking to yesterday, I mean, she's so smart and could do anything. She's had these amazing internships. But she was talking to me about maybe becoming an ACE teacher. And I was like, great.
Yeah.
I will hire you today. So
that's awesome.
I just love to hear what they're doing. And so many of them stay strong in their faith. And that's part of the BT experience. You know, we have kids that get great scholarships. We have kids that do so many good things. But when they leave here, I want them to have that strong character, that faith, you know, family. All of those things are so important in life.
That is absolutely true, and they do get to build that foundation here. So that's also so special to the experience here.
It is.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite, maybe funny stories with a student, or something that people don't know about that has happened in your time here that you're like, oh my gosh?
I don't know how funny this is, but yesterday there was a student. I love the end of the day. I love the beginning of the day. And there was a student walking down the hall, and she was talking a mile a minute. And I said, "How was your day?" She said, "Good." And I said, "Well, what was the highlight?" And she said, "A quiz." I said, "Well, you must have done really good." And she said, "No, Miss Lancaster, I'm just glad it's over."
Fair answer.
And so there's just so many. They are just, teenagers are fun. They're energetic.
They keep you young.
They're loud. They're unpredictable. But that's what teenagers are supposed to do.
Yeah, that's what makes working here so fun. It keeps you up to date on all the lingo, all the trends. They do make me laugh every single day.
I know. And sometimes just, parking lot incidents.
Those
are funny, Mike Strickland called me one day last year and said, "Does so-and-so drive this car?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Well, it's been running since 8 o'clock this morning." And I said, "Oh, okay, well, we'll find out who that is, and we'll get them to turn their car off."
Yeah, again, no 2 days are the same.
No.
But it is a great place to work, and their energy is so great. When we're here in the summer preparing for the following school year, it's great because we get to, just really lock in and work and prepare. But when the students and teachers are back, it's just such a different, it makes me smile.
Well, it's funny you said that, because in the summer, it's just so quiet.
Yep.
And then the minute they come back, the school becomes alive.
Yes.
And you can feel this heartbeat because they are so energetic. Now, some are nervous. Ninth graders are always a little bit nervous.
Yep.
Some are confident. Seniors are so glad to be back.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it is so great to have them here. And again, that energy in the building, everything that they do is fantastic. What are some of your favorite traditions that we do here at BT?
Oh, we have so many. It is hard to narrow them down. I mean, I love the Kairos retreats. They've grown immensely. I think Miss Burke told me there's, might be the 50th or something.
Awesome.
And I love Kairos retreats. I love homecoming. I love the prom. I love senior service day. I think freshman fun fest.
Yes.
One that Father Evan started just a week ago that I just know is going to be a new tradition is having Mass at St. Peter's Chanel, and it was amazing.
It was very moving.
It was truly moving. Even Bishop Conson, told the students how lucky they were. We were the only high school that was able to celebrate Mass. I'm so grateful to Monsignor Rao and Father Evan. I think that's a great tradition. I met with the senior captains this week for student government, and that's one of the first things we do at the first of the year. Hey, what are some new traditions you'd like to start? And I have to say, I'm not going to have a spoiler alert,
okay,
because I have to meet with them next week. But this particular group came up with some ideas that were super creative.
Oh, I'm going to love that.
Yes, and that were really good. And I'm thinking about letting them have them, but I can't share with you what they are.
But I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Until we meet with the entire student government next week.
That's exciting. I love out-of-the-box ideas, and students really come up with the best stuff.
They do.
I love hearing from them. But I have a tradition that I think is one of your favorites that you didn't mention, or at least I've heard it's a favorite of Miss Lancaster, is Family Feud.
Oh, it is. It is. I watch that show on a daily basis. So I'm planning for my next career.
Okay. Talk show host?
I do love Family Feud, and it's so funny to me because we actually give the kids a survey in the fall.
Yeah.
So they know the answers, but they forget them by the spring.
By the time the spring comes along, a lot has happened. They have forgotten.
Right. And another favorite of mine, just because it's favorite time of year of mine, in fact, it's the most favorite time of year, is I love now that we have a Christmas tree lighting.
Yes.
Before the choral concert.
Yeah.
At Christmas time.
That is a great tradition. I love that. And sometimes, things start and you never know what. It takes a life of its own. And
it does.
So it starts off as something small and then becomes such a tradition and something that people look forward to. And so that's awesome. But I know you're a big Christmas fan, and Hallmark movies are your jam.
They are. They are.
Awesome. So anything else that you'd like to share with our community or prospective families who may be considering coming to Blessed Trinity?
Well, it's just a wonderful place. And it's like we were talking earlier. It's more than just attending a school. Yeah. I've been in education 36 years. There's no perfect school, but I do believe in the mission of Blessed Trinity Catholic High School. Faith, family, excellence, all of those things. We want your child valued. We want them to be known, and we want them to be known by name. And I have the greatest faculty and staff that they truly go out of their way not just to teach the kids, but to get to know the kids. I always talk to the seniors on the first day of school, and I talk about making a difference in other people's lives. And I share that story that I shared with you earlier about the people that helped me. Rarely are we ever successful on our own.
Right.
It's always somebody else. And so right after that speech, that evening, I got an email from a student. And she said, Miss Lancaster, you inspired me by your speech today. I want to share an essay I wrote about a teacher this summer because he got an award. And she just went on. It was beautifully written. I shared it with the faculty the other day, and it was all about how he took the time to ask her, how's your day? Hey, I see you got out of your leg brace. He teaches a Bible study. He has people grow closer to their faith. And she just, all of these things that she said about him just touched my heart, because that is how our teachers are. And it was Mr. Jonathan Groton. He's one of our theology teachers. So I just had to give him Teacher of the Month.
Oh, that's awesome.
He deserves much more.
He's so great, and he's been on our podcast, and he helped with New Titan Day, so that was exciting to have him help welcome our new families, our new Titans, and he's just such great energy. The students love him.
They really do.
Yeah, we really do have the best people here. We have the best leadership, the best faculty, the best kids. And so thanks so much for your leadership here at BT.
Well,
your energy is contagious. I don't know how you do it. Do you drink coffee?
Oh, lots.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
In the morning, and usually a cup in the afternoon.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you have to get that afternoon rush going.
But none of that, frou-frou coffee.
Okay.
But it has to have half and half.
Okay, perfect. No sugar?
No sugar.
Oh, see, I have to have a lot of cream and sugar in mine. Well, thank you so much for your time. I know you are incredibly busy, but we just appreciate you sharing a little bit about your love for this community and for the school. We can't thank you enough for all that you do around here. You're here, there, and everywhere, which is so awesome. And we appreciate everything that you do.
Well, thank you. It's an honor to serve here, serve the staff, serve the community, and I just see Blessed Trinity has such a strong foundation. It's my hope for the future that, we just continue to tell our story, communicate it, and build an even bigger and brighter future for all of our students.
That's awesome. And it's a place that truly feels like home.
It does.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, this has been so much fun. Thanks so much for tuning in to Titan Talk. We look forward to having you join us for the next episodes as you continue the conversation, learn more about Blessed Trinity.